Welcome to a report. I'm not really going to do a lot on sort of what's been going on, apart from touching on two things that I've seen this past week. Now, I'm not entirely certain on how long ago the Anna Soubry thing was. This is a person who went ahead and put what she thought was to be voted on, I think, on the MV committee business. I'll give a link as usual just underneath my chin about how England or the United Kingdom should sway on, you know, position of TPD and that sort of business over in Brussels. There is a link here. Watch her getting her ass chewed out by a scrutiny committee. Secondarily, I've deliberately left this one late today because I got a heads up from a friend of mine in a higher place than mine to watch VTTV tonight. As a lot of you know, I don't really watch it a lot these days. I'm often too busy doing my own thing, but this one I'm glad I did watch because it was an interview with a certain Mrs. Linda McAvern, as she likes to be called, or as we like to call her, bitch bollocks from hell. Now again, as soon as I can get a link, I don't know if there will be one right away, because obviously Vapor Scene, it was on VTTV, will probably be rendering and going up onto YouTube itself right now. I mean, thankfully his is quite a short show, so it might be already up and I might be able to put it across here when this goes to render itself. It was a really horrible thing to watch, and I'm surprised Marco had the ability not to just punch her in the face and call her a twat. I mean, at one point she's saying there to everybody who's watching VTTV, which I know a good majority of my group on Facebook watch, that she does not want to ban e-cigs at all or remove them from the market. Well, your legislation could have fooled me, love. So go and watch that and make your own opinions. As you know, I've had a fair amount of time off this past week or so, mostly because of Tilleraf being not very well and hospitalised, so literally going to keep it short. Go and watch these things. Anna Soubry Scrutiny Committee video, again I'll pop a link here, and go and watch Mark Rowe's show as soon as you can on VTTV. That'll be the episode from the 23rd of July, and get on there and watch it, at least the first part with the Linda McAvern thing. And I'm completely shocked that this woman is allowed to actually represent us, because she's got no fucking idea what's going on as far as I can see. I mean, I had a friend of mine here sat with me and he wants to make the switch. I sent him away with a little bit of kit that I could spare for him. He went away with the tank and ego, you know, pretty much the basic starters we've all started off with. A fill of juice, should keep him going for a couple of days. Apparently there's a few e-cig shops where he lives, so he's going to pop in and, you know, go, what do you think of these guys? And he sat and watched that with me, and even he was sat there going, the fuck? And this is a guy who knows next to nothing about vaping apart from what he sees when he comes to visit me or I go to visit him. Or at least he knows that's an e-cig, as opposed to something like that. And he asked what the legislation would ultimately mean, and I basically said to him that we'll end up with things similar to this prescribed. And he goes, that's not a good idea. You know? He goes, I don't want nothing like that. I want something like what you've got. It seems to work. And I said, well, yeah, it's because we've got the freedom of choice, just like we do with regular cigarettes. And he said, do you know what he said to me today? It was actually made quite a poignant point. He goes, none of these people who go out and buy a decent brand of cigarette or a specific type of cigarette, to him, a fag is a fag. To me, this is his words, this is something else. A lot more choice that I'd be willing to make rather than his attitude of going, well, I don't give a shit what I buy, it's a cigarette. Okay? He is actually willing to sit and make an educated choice about this, whereas with fags he's just going to buy them and consume nicotine. So, sorry. Again, get and watch these pieces. Really informative, and get writing. As always, write to them, visit them, get the press onto them, do your vape meets, invite your MPs and MEPs around and show them what they're going to fuck up. Okay? Invite the press around, don't swear at them. If you've got a contingency going to Vape Fest, right, come see us, you'll know me. From my little symbol, being one of these corners, you'll see me with my t-shirt with that on, come meet the team. At least 3 of us will be there, not entirely certain if Padge will be there. And lastly, I watched a video a little while back which mentioned a possible march to Parliament, a peaceful protest outside Parliament on, well, the initial date said was the 31st, but that's a Saturday I believe, let me just double check that. Yeah, 31st of August is a Saturday. Now, I'm in contact with bigger people than me, and they're going to let me know what's going on with that. And as soon as I know something, I will be organising a Just Vapes contingency for this march. Now, obviously, I know a lot of you are members of other groups, and that's cool. And if you'd rather go off with them, that's cool. As long as you're there, that's what I want to see ultimately. But I'm not going as Just Vapes. I'm just going to try and get everybody on Just Vapes to go there. You know, and I think we should do this. We should go to and do this march, and we should protest and voice our opinions right in front of Parliament, or as close to it as we can get. Now, I had heard that as soon as all this sort of business started moving forward seriously earlier in the year, there was one MEP that was pretty much on side. Now there are an estimated 26 on side, and we need to find out who they are and get them involved in our protests, because if they're that anti-proposition, then they'll stand and make a public face over it. At least that's my reckoning. Politicians will do anything for glory, even stand doing a piece to camera with an ugly bald bugger like me. So, as soon as I get some information about this march, I will pass it to you on Just Vapes, and I would love to see that shit go viral. And I want to see, do you know what would make my year, RE vaping, is to see 1.3 million people descend on London at some point in August and go, we're not letting you take this away. Because that will be such a bloody slap. It'll be like, you know, David Cameron will wake up and get smack in the face just like that, 1.3 million people going. How amazing would that be? 1.3 million people descending. I'm not even sure it's possible to get that many people outside of Parliament, but if it is, god damn, it'd be amazing. And whilst the march and the balloon and e-cigarette saves lives, black balloon thing in Brussels was a great idea and a lot of people turned out, we start going down to grassroots, start local, and then hit national, go down to London, or up to London, wherever you're from, and make a noise, a big noise. Then we're going to really start rattling cages. In the meantime, I believe Parliament is on holiday, and somebody's messaging me on the old bollocks off face. In the meantime, let's take a little break, let's have a little bit of fun. Right, we've got a couple of weeks whilst the MPs, the 650 corrupt bastards, are on break, spending our tax money, I suspect, on cocaine and hookers, I should imagine, smoking their fags and cigars and drinking their subsidised alcohol. I'm not entirely certain if that works whilst they're on break, but you know, bugger it. Keeps me angry, and it should keep you angry too. I've been a Fury 79. Let's have some fun in the ensuing weeks until Parliament is reformed, and then let's hit them with a fucking sledgehammer. Let's get this march organised. Even if the higher ups than me don't organise it, let's organise it between ourselves and do it anyway. Get in there, stand in their face, get as many people as we can involved. Sorry, I have a moth bombarding my head. And let's bring this fight right to their doorstep. Fury 79. Gorgeous. Peace.